The day has arrived. We are headed back to bug squashing central. 𝗏𝗏𝗆𝗀𝗃 Oshaune is back on the menu, divers, and there are currently a ton of effects stacked against us. But don't worry, I've got you covered with all the latest intel. So sit back and enjoy a cup of liberty as we break down everything you need to know. If you're on mobile, take this opportunity to swipe left on that comment section to hype up this video. And if you haven't subscribed already, you know what to do while ringing that notifications bell as we now dive into all the latest from Helldivers. We knew this day was coming for the Helldivers, Oshaune Part 2, so let's kick it off with the latest from High Command. The time has come to liberate the Hive world. Oshaune has claimed the lives of countless brave heroes. The steadfast trailblazers who plumbed its infested depths have been swallowed within its twisty caverns. Its monstrosities now swarm our cities, murdering innocents and spreading their toxic, tyrannical haze. For no longer will our citizens be forced to live in terror of this festering blight. The Helldivers have helped achieve effective countermeasures. Gloom Base Alpha on 𝗲𝗆𝗆 stands ready to provide support for deep gloom operations, limiting the worst of its adverse operational effects. And the upgraded Democracy space station can now deploy to Oshaune directly to degrade enemy resistance. All Helldivers are ordered to deploy to Hive World Oshaune. This will test your skill, your grit, and your speleological acumen. Brave the Hive world's depths, grapple mightily against its foes, dive, kill, and dive again. Do not relent until it is purged. Holy hell, that's a mouthful, but the long and short of this one is that we are back on 𝗏𝗏𝗆𝗀 for the next slightly less than 7 days to squash the bugs, and we currently have the DSS in orbit helping out with those high regen rates. And just to refresh your memories, divers, because we've been through a lot since the last time we set foot on this rock, Oshaune was last sitting at a 7% regen rate, now down to 5% with all the factors in play. It's still going to be a freaking grind though, and I hope you've got those helmet chin straps buckled up, because there are a ton of factors stacked against us here. First off is the gloom spread that has now occurred over to Boar Rock, which right now is not really peeling away any divers from 𝗏𝗏𝗆𝗀, but it could, which is what Game Master Joel is going for. Now, we do have the Death Star in orbit, so that affects our liberation rates, and also, for all you diver mech pilots out there, having the DSS up in the sky further reduces cooldowns on both the Emancipator and Patriot exosuits, which are ideal for those cave diving missions. Remember that the Patriot was also recently buffed to hit 1 AP level harder on those extreme angle shots, and it also picked up a further 350 rounds in its arm-mounted rotary gun, which is medium armor pen and great for chaff clearing duties. But all that said, there are still a ton of items currently stacked against the Helldivers Advance, starting off with that 5% regen rate. Now, even with the current forces sitting at just over 49,000 divers logged on and 72%, so that's around 36,000 or so of those hitting 𝗏𝗏𝗆𝗀, it's still projected to take us almost 4 days of continuous fighting there, assuming no other planet comes under attack, and expect 𝗲𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆 Part 12 to be in our near future, dividing our forces and effectively halting our liberation progress. So, that's major item number one, but we're also going to have to be dealing with the Predator strain, which is currently loose and all over the planet's surface, along with dragon roaches. Now, the good news on the Bile Dragoons is that they have had their spawn rates decreased, and now the wings are a spot you can target to down them, being even more vulnerable to explosives. Due to the high-density interstellar spore cloud encircling the planet, the fixed-wing shortage and flight delays modifiers are also both in effect, meaning all Eagle rearm times have been increased by 15%, and your extraction timers will include an added 25 seconds of time. And for anyone that was down there for the assault on 𝗏𝗏𝗆𝗀 Part 1, you know just how wild and hectic those extractions could become, so tack another 25 seconds on and plan accordingly. For the final few pieces of intel on this one, at least for now, there is no sign or info from HQ about the Rupture strain, which we expected to return based on the 5 weeks time frame the studio had previously stated. Also, No signs currently of the Hive Lords, or at least from what I can see on the Helldivers Companion App, which you can always find a link to down in the video description. Taking 𝗚𝗀𝗆𝗀𝗃 will also cut off 𝗲𝗏 Prime from reinforcements, and since we're already in control of the planet on the other side of it, that being 𝗑𝗀𝗃, this is an opportunity to do some real damage versus the bugs. Now, since we are currently not taking on the Rupture strain and are instead dealing with the Predators, weapons with high stagger force are ideal for keeping them at bay and stopped in their tracks, as these things, if left unchecked, move at super high velocity and they can cloak. AoE nades like gas, stuns, and fire work wonders, as do weapons like the Cookout, Plasma Punisher, and Blitzer that all pack high stagger levels. I also love bringing along a guard dog rover like the laser, gas, or liberator variants for a little extra pop. Plus the laser dog can act like a long-range laser pointer, tracking targets you may not have yet seen. Turrets are always a solid choice, and I personally like support weapons that do not require a stationary reload for reasons, unless you've got a solid group of divers that have your back. Also, don't forget that stun weapons like the Pacifier and Pummeler also received stun increases in this last patch, although I don't actually know just how effective they will be versus the current Predator strain. Now, I know that performance is still a major concern for so many of you, me included, and it's also not isolated to a single platform, but this one got sent to me by a member of our Discord, and I just had to include it in today's upload.
Join the Helldivers. Become part of an elite peacekeeping force! See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy.
All you can do is laugh, right? Because, well, it hits with so much truth. And that Windows error message at the end was the icing on the cake. But here's to hoping Arrowhead gets this thing on track sooner than later. So there you go, divers. Kind of a short upload for today, but we just did get a bit of breaking news as the official Helldivers Twitter account posted this reminder that Nicholas, the design director, and Felix, the art director, will be live streaming tomorrow starting at 1600 CET, which is 10 a.m. EST, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, I'll include a link to their YouTube channel in case you want to tune in and see what they have to say. And it does state here that they will be chatting and answering your live questions. So there you go. Drop me a comment about anything Helldivers related, and I will, of course, do my best to respond. I haven't forgotten about your Liberty Day reward ideas submissions, and I'm still wading through them as there was a ton of them. But I hope to announce the super credits winner for that one in tomorrow's upload. Remember to hit subscribe and to ring the notifications bell to receive my future upload alerts. If you are interested in joining the other Buzz Battalion channel members, check my homepage for the join button, and thank you to all of our current members for your unwavering support. Until the next one, this is 𝗲𝗏𝗶𝘃𝗀𝗃 signing off.